right, here we go. Day one, huh? Year three, day one. Excited to get out here on the field with these guys. A lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of effort's gone in over the last, 32 months to get us to this point to where we are with our team. Excited about the energy level, excited about our staff, the depth that we have. I mean, we feel like this is definitely one of the best teams that we've had since we've been here, without a doubt. And I got a long way to go, and we got a lot to prove. But day one and get these guys out here today. It's been a lot of preparation to get us to this point.
How did the expectations change in year three as opposed to a couple of years ago?
Well, I don't think anybody can put any higher expectations on us than us as a staff. And, we fully expect this to be one of our best teams that we've had. And we've got the depth and we've got the experience. And we've got to make sure, as far as our culture is been established, and we haven't deviated for 32 months and not going to change who we are. And trying to change the whole perception and the dynamics of SMU football, and we feel like we're at a point right now that it's gotten better every year, and we expect year three to be even better than is what it's been in the past.
Now that you've started the change in that culture, how does your coaching change, or even your practice plans and schedule?
Well, I think as you look at across our board, and you got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football. We've got to do a good job as a coaching staff to get them prepared, be smart in the way we train them. These guys have been training year round. And so, we've got to make sure that we're healthy, we're fresh, and we're ready to go when it gets to game day. And now we're going to strain them hard, we're going to push them hard, but at the same sense, we've got to be smart about the way we recover our players as well.
Who are you looking for to have a big fall camp?
Well, I think you got great competition at quarterback. I think everybody's wanting to know that. What's the quarterback battle going to look like? And Ben Hicks is our starter. We got Rafe Peavy has really had a great spring, and DJ Gillens is now fully healthy. Excited to watch him. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Really excited about our running backs. When you got Braden West coming back, one of the few players in the country of a 1,000-yard rusher, and couple that with Xavier Jones, which was out all of last year, Kamen Freeman, which had a great year, and you got our offensive line. Chad Pursley was a guy that never saw any action last year because of an injury, so expect that group to be solid. But defensively, when you got the returns of Jordan Wyatt at corner, you got Justin Lawler, Mason Gentry. You got a lot of guys that played a lot of ball now, and but Mikael Onu, he played last year, and expect him to have a breakout year. Elijah McQueen is a true freshman, so there's a lot of names that I could throw out here right now. But the thing that I would say more than anything is we've got some quality depth. We got some great transfers that came in. Raymond Epps, we're excited about him. Demarie Mixon. From Tennessee, a D lineman from Tennessee. We're excited about him. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
In the spring, you limited or held out a lot of guys with injuries, and you said you were being conservative with some of them. Can you give a health update on Pursley and some of the other guys who sat out in the spring?
Yeah, everybody's back. Now we've got two guys that are be out right now, and it's Jordan Gibson's not in right now in camp with a shoulder injury, so he'll be out this year. We'll redshirt him, true freshman, and Brent Freeman will walk on, and he's got a elbow injury. So, but everybody else is healthy. We'll work some of those guys back in as camp goes, but the Chad Pursleys, the Xavier Joneses, those guys are fully healthy and ready to go, and have been for quite some time.
Gillens could play if you needed to?
Oh yeah.
How close do you feel your offense is to what you want coming into year three?
You know what? From a talent standpoint, I feel like this is one of the best and most talented offenses that we've had. I definitely hear, but we've got some guys right here. We got a receiving core that's as good as anybody in the country, and I'm excited about that group. Obviously it starts and stops with the quarterback. Doesn't matter how good you are everywhere else. It's about the quarterback, and Ben Hicks got some quality reps last year as our starter. And as the year went, he got better. And so I'm expecting him to pick up where he left off. Now, he's got a lot of competition behind him, something we didn't have last year. And I believe, competition brings out the best in everybody. And so, I think that as this whole thing goes, where we are offensively with our installs, I think this has a chance to be an explosive offense.
How's Hicks' mindset this year? Obviously, is much different than what he was coming into camp last year.
Well, a year ago, he weighed 218. and he weighs 203 right now today. So he has totally transformed his body. He looks great. He moves well. Again, it's a year. You know, there's something to be said. The one thing you can't coach is you can't coach experience. And we've got a lot of guys that played ball, and Ben is one of those guys. And so now he understands his role, and understands the dynamics of this football team and this offense. You know, he's going into his third year with us too, so he knows the offense inside and out. And you know, in this profession, it's very unique to retain the same offensive coordinator, the same offensive scheme for 2 years in a row, much less going into your third year. And so now he's, you know, Ben hadn't had to learn many new names, much less new plays. So.
When you talk about his commitment and dedication to get ready for this year, how much of that was you and Coach Craddock and your input? How much of it was the arrival of Rafe Peavy and DJ Gillens?
Well, I think it's probably three things. It is Coach Craddock and myself coming out of last year and watching his progress and how he got better as the year went. Two was the competition level that he knows he's got. You know, he's got to battle for his job every day, as everybody does. And I think the third thing really is probably one of the more important of all of them is just his experience. He's a year older. I mean, he's a veteran guy now. And you know, these guys, your Braden West, I mean, they're now veterans. They were the young players last year, but this year they've become more of they're truly veteran players.
What would you have to see from Rafe for him to take over that spot from Ben?
Yeah, you know, I thought Rafe coming out of spring was well on his way he was making consistent progress. You know, and I think, you know, as it stands right now, obviously Ben is our starter, but Rafe will have plenty of opportunities as they will at all positions. But you know, so it'll be interesting to watch this battle unfold and see how it goes. But we're excited about Rafe. We're extremely excited to have him here. And he's a hard worker, and they got a great relationship. They keep pushing each other, so that's what you ask in that room.
Outside of quarterback, what would you say is another position battle that you're really going to be paying attention to?
Well, I think you obviously look up front. You know, you got the addition of Will Hopkins, the graduate transfer from Oregon State. He's definitely would push some guys up front with his experience. Tight end position, Raymond Epps. You know, you hope to see, you know, obviously Mitchell Kaufman is a returning guy that's played a lot of football in 2 years. So it'll be interesting to see that position unfold. And that's a position you have to play a lot of guys throughout the course of the year. That's probably the hardest position outside of quarterback to play on our team. And so I think it's more so much about finding our top 22. I know defensively we've got Elijah McQueen, and find out where he fits, whether it's at a safety or at a linebacker. I think Jordan Williams is a guy right now that's a veteran guy that we expect some great things out of him. Anthony Roan being a leader at that Mike linebacker position. But I think finding that star backer is going to be critical for us, whether that's Kyron Mitchell or Sosa, or we call him Sosa, or moving him to Will backer and moving Elijah down to that star position. So getting our best 22 on the field, that's the number one key, and then we got some quality backups.
We'll do one more. You mentioned Will Hopkins. Are you looking at him as a tackle only, or is there a possibility he could slide inside?
Yeah.
Bryce Wilds or somebody excels at right.
Yeah, we're hoping for Will to emerge as a tackle. And that's kind of where his skill set has been, but he's also been a tight end as well. And so, Will is a guy that could play both inside and outside. We could use him at center if we needed to. You know, I think he's a guy that definitely gives us some stability and some depth in the O-line position, and be able to do some things that may move him out to a tight end as well.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Thank y'all. Thank you. Appreciate it.